Hey everybody, welcome. It's Timmy here, coming to you live to reveal what is included in my DIY Elfie bundle project kit. So we're coming out a few minutes here early, just giving folks a chance to catch up. I'm going to just confirm indeed that we are live, and we'll get started in just a few minutes. All right, good news, I can hear me, so that means that you can hear me. That's good. Excellent. Hey Jess, nice to have you here. Just gonna share this out to my VIP group. It's also a great time to mention if you are interested in getting some project ideas, first dibs on classes that I do, sip and chalks, definitely request to join my VIP group. Just go ahead in the comments and write VIP as long as you're not a designer already. I'd love to have you in my VIP group. So Jess, I'm so glad you stopped in to say hi. It's awesome to see you. I'm so appreciative. I'm so excited to reveal this cute little Elfie bundle. Had so much fun learning about it from one of our awesome designers on our team. Brenda and Sage shared their incredible knowledge with us so that we could recreate them. I think they're going to be really popular. I have put together 10, 6 of which are already gone, so I only have 4 left. Folks that are joining me here today in my live are definitely going to get the opportunity to get first dibs. So please feel free, if it's something that you'd like, to put a note in the comment that you'd like me to hold you one. Also, if you are local to me, and I'm located in Bristol, Connecticut, if you would like to come to a class featuring this cute little bundle and we do it together, we can do that as well. I'm looking to schedule one on the 2nd or 3rd weekend in November. So that will be going up in my VIP group first. So yet another good reason why you might want to join my VIP group. So that you'll get first dibs and chance to get in on that class. Hey Cindy, so nice to see you. I'm so glad you could join today. This is going to be so much fun. This kit is so darn cute and so easy to make. I'm giving you everything you need to create this darling little gnome, and not only that, but this cute little sign to go along with it. So I'm going to show you everything that comes in the packet, and then we're going to actually go through and how you put it all together so you can see it live and see just how easy it really is. And if you have questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the message area, or send me hearts and thumbs up if you see something you like. I always love to get feedback on what you think of the projects. If you're interested, like I said, in either coming to a class because you're local, or you want to order one of my 4 remaining kits that I have available, make sure you put a comment in and let me know. If I sell out, I can reorder and put some more kits together. It probably won't happen until early November though, but I would be happy to put you on a wait list, so just let me know. We're expecting some of the pieces that I used for this to come back into stock this week, so I should be able to order them and get these bundles together for you probably around the 1st week of November if all these go. So I expect they might, because they're super cute, and I can't wait to share it all with you about how we're going to make these. So let's just close that up. All right, I see my comments. I see that you see me, so that's really good. So we are ready to get started. So when you order your kit from me, this is what you're going to get. You're going to see this. So everything you need, including complete directions, are in this kit. And I am actually going to open it up and show you exactly what's in it, and then we're actually going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to turn this down here. Give me a second, make sure I don't turn us off by mistake. Let's see. Make sure you get a good view. Got my finger there instead, I think. We'll give that a second here. Forgive my fingers. All right, I think we have a good view of my desk here, so we can see everything. So we'll give that a sec, and we will unpack this cute little bundle and figure out exactly what's in it. Hey Susan, Nana, it's so nice to have you here. Thanks for joining. Okay, so as I said, what we're going to do is we're going to create this cute sign and also this cute little gnome that's going to go along with that sign. And wait till you see just how darn easy it is. All right, let's first talk about what's exactly in the kit. So as I said, you're going to get a kit like this. And as you can see, I've priced out that kit. You can find out more about that on my VIP page. And I'm just going to open this up and we're going to see exactly what's inside this little bundle. So as I said, we are going to make sure that you have everything you need to be able to put these two pieces together. And I promise, once you see how easy it is, you are going to love this. This is going to be a great project, maybe a mom and me project, or get a couple of girlfriends together and do your own little sip and chalk. You could do that. You can also give these as great gifts. They'd be awesome for the holidays, or even a nice house warming gift, or even a hostess gift when you're going to a party. So all those are really great things that you can use. So this is just a picture of what it is your guy is going to look like when he's done. In here I have, let's start with the most important part, this little wood block here. This is your body for your little elf or gnome. I can't figure out what I want to call him. So this is primed and ready to go, so there's nothing you need to do to prepare this surface. It is absolutely just ready. So I'm going to put this off to the side for a sec and concentrate on all the materials that we're going to need to make our guy. So everything is in here, and what we see in this little package here is so fun. I feel like I'm unpacking a present. Very fun. Okay, so this is all the things that you're going to get in that little package here. My business card here, of course, always good to know where you got your stuff from. First and foremost, you're going to see a pattern sheet. So we have a couple of fun patterns out available right now, and this is the houndstooth pattern, and that's what we're going to use to cover the body of our elf. And if we take a look at our example here, I actually used our buffalo plaid on this one. We also have polka dots. But in this grouping of kits, anyway, we're going to be using the houndstooth. So that's going to be what's under his body, and we're going to chalk that on. And I've given you a little sample of some chalk paste included in your kit. We're going to be using this nice storm gray, so we will use that in a little bit. And we will chalk this on. We have, of course, his little beard. And this is going to go right on top of our board like that. And a little nose, of course. And your kit, your little beard has a little hole right there, and that's what we're going to use to poke right around your beard. So that's just going to need a little hot glue gun, which we have nearby here. And then you also are going to get a little fabric piece that you're going to be able to use to make his hat. And I will show you how to put all that together. Again, just a little dab of glue or a glue dot will work. And then, of course, you know, you got to have some fun little embellishments. So you might have a little bell or a snowflake that you can either put on his body or at the end of his hat. So that's what we're going to do with that. Now that's all the pieces that we need for our little gnome, and we'll put him together in a bit. I'll show you how to do that. And the other thing that you'll see is you'll have a little squeegee piece in your kit. So that's what you're going to use to apply your chalk paste with. And also I'm going to give you a little bit of a red chalk paste sample as well, because that's what we're going to use to create the sign on our board. So this is our 5x7 box frame. This is going to come with your kit as well, and you're going to get it like that. So this is all set and ready for you to chalk on. We're going to chalk on the inside, and what we're going to use to chalk with is this cute little Elfie transfer. So you can see there's a couple of different words on here. When I did my sample, I just cut some of the words and used a few. You can choose to use different words, put them in different order, whatever you want, but you do have a picture that you can check out. Or you can do like subway art, which somebody talked about, which I think would be super cute. And you don't cut up your transfer at all, but just do all of these. It fits perfect right inside that little box frame. So these little are just little protectors for your corners. You can definitely take those off. You don't need to keep those around. And of course, I promised that you would have complete directions. So that is going to also come in your kit. And this will give you complete directions on how to do this little bundle. So that's it. You, as I said, you get everything that you need to be able to create this cute little project. And I'm going to pop these back in the bag because I have one off to the side here that we're going to use. This one actually is already spoken for. Hey, Sue DeGanji, nice to see you. Thanks for joining and watching. Lots of great fun things in here to play with, and a lot of these things can be reused. You can put them on other surfaces or do other projects with them. So there are definitely some fun things that you're going to be able to play with in this kit beyond this initial first use. So I'm just going to, I don't need to keep all this out. I'm just going to put it off to the side because, as I said, this kit is already spoken for, so I'm going to put it all back together and make sure that the person who ordered it got it. So I'm going to put this off to the side, and we are going to start building our new one. So as I said, we've got a few things right here, and we're ready to start building our project. All right, so the first thing that we want to start with is our little body. I'm going to put these little guys aside. And the first thing we want to do is we want to put this pattern onto the body of our cute little gnome. Now, first thing that we want to do when we're working with a transfer is that we want to pull the transfer off of its backer sheet. That's this white sheet here. You'll see it's glossy on one side and it is kind of flat on the other side. To remember which side you should stick this back onto, you can actually just write the word back on here. Oops, I don't have a Sharpie, I think, nearby. Let's see, maybe I can find one over here. Let's see if this will work. So on the non-glossy side, no, definitely not going to work. Okay, here, we got enough, I think, mark here to know that that's the side that it's gonna go on. I'm gonna try one more pen. Oh, here we go. I knew we'd find a pen that might work. Okay, so we just write back on that so that when we go to replace our silkscreen transfer, we will know what side to put this on. So the glossy side is where you want to put your transfer back on to when you're done. Now, if you haven't seen Couture before or you're brand new to Couture, you may not know what this is. So this is actually a silk screen transfer. It's kind of like a stencil, but not. Stencil meaning that, you know, it's going to leave a design behind where the spaces are that are white here. The green is actually just the adhesive back to the transfer. One of the things that makes our transfers different from stencils is the fact that it does have an adhesive back, and you'll notice that I'm putting it on a towel before I use it. And the reason why we do that is to fuzz the transfer a little bit so that when we do place it on our surface, it's going to pull up a bit easier, and we don't have to worry about losing some surface to when we pull up. So it just kind of reduces the stickiness a little bit. It ensures that we don't pull our transfer and stretch it when we pull it back up off the surface. So just kind of decreasing the fuzziness a little bit will do the trick. So as I said, different because it's an adhesive back. It's also a mesh material, and I don't know if you can get a good look at that really close up, but you can see here, this is a fabric mesh. It is not a cut stencil, meaning that the paste is going to adhere to the areas that are not green, and that's where it's going to leave its design. Because we have this adhesive back, it means that it is going to stay in place. It's not going to move around on you, and you will be able to lift this transfer up, and once you clean it off with a little bit of water, you will be able to dry it and then put it back on its backer sheet and reuse it about a dozen times. So it's really versatile and economical as well. Now you'll notice that I'm opening up our container of chalk paste. Now remember, when you get your little kit, you're just going to have a little sample size, and they're going to come in containers like this. When you purchase chalk paste from me or from our company, it comes in this 3-ounce container, and this 3-ounce container, I'm telling you, can last an amazingly long time. This is our Storm. It's a kind of a gray, as you can see, and sometimes when you first open it, you want to definitely give it a good stir and make sure it's good consistency. Usually the consistency of yogurt is what I would say you want to go for. If it feels a little thick, then adding a couple of squirts of water to it is going to help it to thin out and make it easier to spread on your project. Now I got hair everywhere from my little beard from my gnome, but all we're going to do is we're going to just take our squeegee here and we are going to pull it across our transfer and cover really all of the white spaces so that we are going to get a beautiful, nice coverage of chalk paste and leave this really cute houndstooth design on the front of our gnome body. Now if you want, you could do both sides. I am not going to worry about that. I didn't do that with my other sample. One side's probably going to be against the wall, but if you think you're going to have it where it can be seen on both sides, then certainly feel free to go ahead, and once this side dries, to go ahead and chalk the other side with this transfer. You can absolutely do that. So it doesn't need a lot, as you can see, and once you've spread it out over the entire surface, you can just take your squeegee and squeegee off any excess, because the more you can save, the better the design is going to work. And I'm going to get my finger in here without sticking my finger on the design, and we're just going to pull this up. I need a little more leverage here, and we can peel and reveal that cute little houndstooth design. Now I am going to put this little silkscreen transfer, as I said, in my water bath. I have it right here behind me, and we'll let that soak for a little bit. Once I'm done with my project, I can just take it to the sink and run it under a little bit of warm water and get any excess paste off. This little handy guy is our board eraser. It is a really great tool to not only erase chalk off of your surfaces like our chalkboards, but it also is awesome for getting off the residue on our transfers. So these little guys are available on my website, and they are a super handy little tool to have in your toolbox if you like to chalk. So we're going to set this aside and we're going to let this dry, and we're going to move on to getting our sign going. Now, I have, as you know, already created a sign for an example, and I have already cut up the transfer that you'll get that will look like this into pieces. So depending on, again, what you want to do, you can either put this down on your surface just as is and chalk it so you have a nice subway art option, or you can pick and choose the words from this transfer and make your sign. So you can do whatever you'd like, and really, honestly, the technique is exactly the same. Now, the one thing I do want to tell you about these darn cute signs on these wood box frames is not only can you chalk the inside like we did here, but the back side is also chalkable. So this actually is part of our Joy to the World transfer that is coming back in stock this week, and it's super cute. It's got the O in the shape of a wreath and with some cute little berries on it. So very fun that you can do either side of this board. And this, by the way, was a board that I did a little repurposing of. We had gotten this board when I went to convention, and we did a design, and I didn't have all of my tools with me, and we did a pretty intricate design. And one of the things that I really wanted was to have this little multi-tool to get into the small areas where some of the detail work was on that transfer, and I didn't have that with me. So I wasn't really thrilled with how it came out. And normally our wood boards are a one-time use board. So when you chalk on it, this is not like our chalkboards that you're going to be able to erase and put a new design on. It is two-sided, as I said, so you could chalk on both surfaces, but generally speaking, you really can't expect that you're going to be able to erase this like you could if it were on a chalkboard surface. So as I said, I wasn't really thrilled with how it came out. So what I did was I took this great little board eraser and scrubbed off as much of the chalk paste as I could. I wet my chalk eraser first, of course, my board eraser, and then I scrubbed. And then I took some sandpaper and I sanded down the rest of the inside, and that took up some of the whitewash. And that was all right. I just grabbed a little bit of chalk paint that I had lying around, and it could be acrylic paint if you only have that, that's fine too. And I just redid the interior so that I could reuse this box frame. So there are some options. You know, if you don't like how something came out and you want to be able to change it up even on these wood box frames, there are some options. But generally speaking, we usually consider these to be one-time use boards, okay? Now, I do have another box frame over here, but as I said, my preference is not to use this one because I really want to save it for those of you that want to purchase one of these kits, and I only have a few left. So instead of using that one, I am just going to grab one of my sample boards, and I'm just going to use one of these round boards just to illustrate how it is that we are going to chalk our little Elfie sign onto the board. The technique is exactly the same, we're just using a different board. And this also gives me an opportunity to show you exactly how this cute little board eraser works. So this is a board that I usually bring when I go to my craft shows, and I usually use some of our little mini transfers to demonstrate how Couture works. And then I just use my little board eraser like I'm doing now to erase it. So these little cuties that you see on this round board, this is one of our Couture boards. These little round ones are part of the mini holiday icon set. So if you really like them, you can definitely go to my website and order those cute little mini icons as well. But right now we're just removing it so that we can use this surface for our Elfie sign. My water's behind me, so if you're wondering where it is I'm turning around to, that's where I'm headed, is just grabbing that water bath here so I can get my board eraser cleaned off. So you can see how beautifully that comes off. And this, by the way, has been on my board for quite some time. I think my last show was a few weeks ago. So it definitely had dried hard, and that's great. That's what we definitely want from our chalk paste. When we are done with it, we can just grab some water and that board eraser and wipe it off and create a new design. I have to say, it was probably one of the things that attracted me most to Chalk Couture when I first saw it. My mentor, Susan Tapley, she's a wonderful leader and has given me lots of great advice along the way about how to run my business. She talked about how she offers these chalk club classes. And what she does is, and this is now what I do as well, is the first month you come, you get a beautiful 9x12 chalkboard, and then we have a design that we put on that chalkboard, and we share how that works together. You go home with that design and of course your chalkboard, your completed project, and then the next club class that you come to the next month, if you'd like, is using that same chalkboard. You bring it back so you save some money, erase the board, and put a new design for the month on it. So I thought that was just a super cool way to reuse surfaces, and it really hooked me. So if you haven't yet tried Chalk Couture and you are nearby, I'd love to have you come to one of my chalk classes so we can chalk together, and I can introduce you to my chalk club as well. It's super popular. So remember, we want to have our transfer here on our towel to get any excess stickiness up. And I'm just going to open up my red chalk paste, so I want to use that for some of my words. And you're just going to place it down where you want it to go. Grab a squeegee and pull your chalk paste across your transfer. I had a few beautiful ladies join me this week to do a class, and both talked about how relaxing they found drawing the chalk paste over the transfer to be. And there's not a lot of pressure when you use our chalk paste in our designs, because every time you do it, it comes out perfect. And you don't have to be an artist or an expert craftsperson to do it. It is just so simple, and as I said, so relaxing. There's something calming about drawing that chalk paste across. Now I'm gonna grab my gray here and use the gray, or the storm, I should say, for the hashtag. Now you'll notice that this screen was used before and it had a little color residue left. Not a problem, it's not going to hurt your transfer at all to have a little chalk residue. And we're gonna peel it and reveal that cute little design. Now, one of the things I really like about a lot of our fonts that we offer is that you can really not worry about I know, aren't they the best, Stephanie? I know. She just said the chalk glasses are the best. They are. You really don't have to worry about messing up. One, you can always erase it, but two, a lot of the fonts are actually made to look vintagey. So you can, I'm just gonna use my little cloth here one more time. This is a little stickier. I haven't used this piece yet. And put it on. So just making sure that you don't have any bubbles is what I'm doing here, pressing down with my fingers over the areas where the screen is. And I think I'm gonna do Wish in red and a list in the storm. And again, that's the beauty of this transfer. You can use whatever words are speaking to you, whichever ones you like. Excess goes right back in, as we said. And do our second word. Now I can cut these apart. I didn't. They were just perfectly aligned and I didn't feel like I needed to separate them, but if you're working a little more slowly and you prefer them to be separate and working one word at a time, you absolutely can do that. So we're going to add in the gray, put the gray back in, and then we're going to lift the transfer off the board and peel and reveal. And that's it. So that's what you're going to do on your board, your box frame that comes in your kit. So instead of the round that we're using, this is where you're going to put your design for your sign. All right, now that we've finished the sign portion, I'm just going to close up my chalk paste and we are just going to get to the final fun part of putting together our little Christmas gnome. He's so darn cute and so easy to do. And best of all, a lot of the materials that I use are things you might even already have around your house. The only material that you're going to need that I do not provide for you, hey Amy, nice to have you join us. The only material that I do not provide is the adhesive. I would recommend utilizing the glue gun, but if you don't like glue guns, you can use some heavy duty glue or even heavy duty glue dots if you want. Totally up to you. So this is now dry. You can see I'm wiping my hand over it. I'm not getting anything on my hand. It is totally dry. If you want to rough this up a little, you certainly can. Sandpaper will make it look a little bit more vintagey, so feel free to go ahead and grab a piece of sandpaper if you want. But I like how this looks just as is, so I am going to get ready to start building my cute little guy here. So I need his nose, and his nose is going to go about 2 inches or so down from the top of the triangle. So I'm just going to get my glue gun here to spit out some glue and hold that little guy right in place till he's connected. So that's it. First part, easy peasy, right? Little glue gun. Now, as I said, you're going to get a little beard, and I have cut all the little beards here to accommodate the nose. So you're just going to slip that over the nose just like that. And look, he's already cute, isn't he? We haven't even finished him yet, but he's super cute already. This hair is so much fun. It can really be poofed out and played with a bit. So get it to where you want it. And then put a couple of dabs of glue with your glue gun or your glue dots, whatever your preference, and get that glue, get that beard to stick down. And I'll do the same at the top over here. Excellent. Look at that. So now he is now got his beard. Give him a little fluff out there. And now we are going to add his hat. So just a piece of flannel, an old scarf that I found that I no longer wanted. It's cut into a large triangle. So you're going to kind of give it a little pull before you put it on. And notice as I do that, it kind of curls up. It's exactly what you want to have happen. And you are going to take this and you are going to put it, you can either cuff it if you want and bring it around to the back. His nose is in the way. And glue this down right here. One side's glued. Who loves hot glue? I do. Just bought a new one because my old one kept burning my fingers. So get a nice one and it'll be super easy to do. And then we're going to glue the next part right here. give it a nice stretch and pull. No sew. You don't have to know how to sew to do this cute little project. And look at his hat already. I haven't even done anything. All I did was just wrap it around the back. How cute is that, right? Look at him. Now you can, if you want, stuff this a little. If you have some cotton balls, you can stuff it and make it a little bit thicker. Totally up to you. We want to just use the glue gun here to close up. Put a couple spots to close up this hat. Watch your fingers. I like to burn my fingers with my glue gun. If I'm not careful, I always stick my finger in the glue. So you can just place that glue where you want it and then pull this over to close it. When you get to the very end, you can either knot your little guy, or you can use one of these cute little balls that I included. I just love him. Look at him, he's so darn cute. And put a little bell at the end. And you can turn this a little if you want. Whoops. I think I am going to give it a little twist and knot it, and at the end of the knot, I think is where I am going to put this cute little bell. Lots of fun embellishments out right now for the holidays. So if you want to add some more cuteness to your guy, some pine cones would be cute in addition to the bell. You could absolutely do that. And again, you could stuff his little hat if you want. And I'm just gonna give it one more dab of glue here and close the back of that hat. And I just did a burn, as I thought I might. And I just can't help it because this darn little snowflake was calling my name. And since I had some blue in my hat, I thought he'd look really cute. So there he is. That is it, people. It's all it took to put this little guy together. So isn't he cute? Again, you can fluff out his beard, play around with his hat, and then, of course, display it with your cute sign. There we go. Sorry, I'm showing it in one place and not in the camera in the other. So there we go. That's it. That's all it took. I hope that you had fun watching how to put your cute little Elfie bundle kit together. If you're interested in grabbing one of these kits, as I said, I have 4 left. And if you would like one, please message me. I will give them to the first people that I get them requested. And if you want to put your name on a wait list for the next group of bundles that I put together in early November, you can let me know once these have sold out. So it was an awesome opportunity to talk to you today. I'm so glad that you joined me live. I am just going to add in a link to my website in case you want to shop for some other fun ideas for the holidays. You'll be able to do that here. And if you have any questions, certainly let me know. Send me a message, say hi. If there's a project that you'd like me to try at my next live, let me know. I would be happy to do that. Let's see if I can get this to pin. Nah. I always want to try to figure out how to pin these posts, but it never lets me. So I did put that in the comments though, so you'll see that. And I hope you had as much fun as I did watching how to put this cute little guy together. All right, everybody. Thanks again. You have a wonderful evening. I'll put it back here so you can see me. Maybe you're at least part of me. Here, how's that? Thanks so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you on my next live. Again, if you have any questions or want to order a bundle, you just let me know. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.